you guys doing? Frozen Pizza TV episode number 5. I am Eric Osterman, the Frozen Pizza Professor, and tonight we are continuing our journey with trying every frozen pizza so you don't have to, and we are branching out into a new realm, the healthy realm. I know it's somewhat blasphemy in the world of frozen pizza, but one of our fans on Twitter got to be gluten-free. Follow her here below. She's got some fantastic things to say. She recommended we try a gluten-free frozen pizza. And when you take a look at all the different movements out there today, the gluten-free movement is a very positive movement. Some of the other movements out there, Occupy Wall Street, the Tea Party, any political movement can be a little bit negative. But the thing that impresses me with the gluten-free movement is that they really want to encourage people to check out the benefits of being gluten-free instead of knocking people who choose to keep gluten in their lives. So let's check out the pizza here. It is made by Glutino. It is a spinach and feta pizza, and it is made with a brown rice crust, which is quite a bit different than what we typically have. Let's see here. Spinach and feta, thin and crispy crust with a blend of spinach, feta, and ricotta cheese, topped with mozzarella and Monterey Jack cheeses, ready in minutes. So, my relish for that is it takes 12 to 15 minutes to cook. When I think minutes, I think like 4, not 12 to 15. This is one serving, so pretty small right there. Pretty good. Health-wise, 290 calories, 100 calories from fat, 17% of our total fat for the day, which is solid, and 25% of our saturated fat. So we'll throw it in the oven and see how it compares to everybody else. So here we are with the Photoshop Miracle Test. The box looks like a pretty appetizing pizza. Everything looks pretty perfect there. Now let's slide over to see how it looked after 14 minutes in the oven. Recommended time was 12 to 15 minutes. Now the edges are a little bit burnt. Spinach is kind of lopsided on the outside there, and the cheese kind of lumped together in the middle, and you can't really tell, but the sides have curled up a little bit. Almost like a quiche. I still think it looks pretty good, but doesn't look quite as good compared to the box here. Alright, it's time for the moment of truth, everybody. Taking the first bite of my first gluten-free pizza. So, I did cut it in half so that I wouldn't eat all charred crust here on the outside. So let's see how my first delve into the gluten-free world goes. Okay. This is what I know. The feta cheese was very good. I thought the feta tasted fantastic on that. The spinach, there was almost a little too much spinach for my liking. I appreciate the enormous amount of topping that they did put on the pizza, but it seemed a little bit excessive, at least in that first bite. And then the crust didn't taste any different than a normal wheat crust or flour crust, which is spectacular. I was a little bit concerned about the brown rice crust. So we'll finish up the rest of the serving and see how we like it. Well, I'm finished with the serving, and there were two things that really jumped out to me. First one is the brown rice crust. When I would take a bite, it seemed to almost kind of fall apart in my mouth quite a bit faster, and there was less chewing than a traditional pizza crust. And that's not good or bad, it's just something that I noticed. The brown rice crust dissolved in my mouth quite a bit quicker. Also, way too much spinach. I'm not a huge spinach guy myself, but I'd have been much happier with a little more feta and a lot less spinach. So with that said, time for the final grade. Alright everyone, it's time for the Frozen Pizza Professor to grade Glutino Spinach and Feta Pizza. We'll start with health benefits. B+. Solid effort there. Low saturated fat, like the fact that it's gluten-free, giving people some healthier options out there. Second thing, compared to the box, there we're going C-. I didn't feel it was a very accurate representation. The pizza was in there for 14 minutes. Recommended cook time was 12 to 15 minutes. The edges were starting to curl up and get burned, and it wasn't even really close to the maximum amount of cook time. I was right there at 14 minutes. So, not too impressed. Overall taste, C-. First few bites were alright, but after that, way too much spinach and not enough feta. The crust was alright, but it almost felt a little bit soggy there towards the end as well. Last, overall value, I'm going D+. Just paid over $6 for individual gluten-free pizza and wasn't too impressed. Final grade, we're going C-. Now I will say this in closing. I think there will be some fantastic gluten-free pizzas that we will review. I just don't feel that this was one of them. I'm very open to trying other gluten-free pizzas, and if you've tried any that you would like me to try and think I may enjoy it a little bit more than this, I would love to hear your suggestions. So feel free to leave them in the comment field below. Thanks for spending your time with us, and have a great day.